What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Reformed Reader, the channel where we review different forms of media through the lens of a Christian who is under the authority of the scriptures. My name is Josh, and today we're going to do our monthly wrap-up. So to preface this entire video, the month of October I talked about being one of, if not the best reading month that I've had all year. And so I was at that peak, and it seems that the month of November, I kind of dipped into the valley a little bit because I did not have a good reading month, and not because the books were bad. I just was in a big reading slump, and it was very difficult for me to get out of. It took me like 2.5 weeks to finish my first book for the month, which is that's a pretty good little stint for me most of the time. I try to finish one book a week on average. But yeah, this past month has been a little more tumultuous. I just found myself not in the mood to read a whole lot. I kind of wanted to just crash with my wife and watch some TV, watch some movies and some TV shows. My work has been a little bit more hectic. Life has just been a little bit more hectic for me. Yeah, it just kind of sucked the desire to dive into a big book. It kind of sucked that desire out of me this month, but I seem to be on the upswing. So let's first go over what did I read. So the first book that I read this month was The Terminal List by Jack Carr. And I think I gave this like 8 out of 10, like 7.5, 8 out of 10. I can't remember exactly. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, and it was pretty good. I had a good time with it, but this was the first book of the month. This was the one that it took me forever to get through. And I think that my enjoyment with it kind of suffered just because of the reading slump that I was in. So I didn't really find myself like excited to jump back into it. And again, it's not because it was bad. It was just a me thing this month. And I was just like, ugh, I don't really feel like jumping into a book right now. I kind of am at my mental capacity for the day. I kind of just wanted to unwind and crash and watch a movie. So, those things do play a part in my reading experience. So The Terminal List, it was good. I have a dedicated review up for the channel. I'll try to throw it up somewhere right here. I did have some issues with it, but I will be continuing with the series because I did enjoy it. And then the second book that I read this month was Disquiet Gods by Christopher Rocchio. And man, this book was awesome. This pulled me out of the reading slump. So I started listening to it, and then I went to reading it and listening to it. So if I had free time at work or something like that, I would pop my headphones in and listen to it while I was able to do some busy work, and then on my commute, and then when I got home I could physically read it. So it kind of helped me plow through some of it. Yeah, it was very good. I think it is probably my second favorite book in the series so far. I still think Ashes of Man sort of eked it out with the ending. I've said that I'm a big ending guy, and Ashes of Man had those gut punches. It ended on a high note, meaning it's sort of like get ready for the final battle. Still really enjoyed it. But I will say everybody is right. Those chapters, I think it's like between chapters like 37 and 43. Those are probably my favorite chapters in the series, period. But I'm really not sure if I'm going to do a dedicated review for it or not. You guys let me know if you want it. And the reason I say that is because this is book 6 in a 7-book series, and I don't really have a lot to add other than what I've said with the other ones. I mean, it's kind of just more of the same as far as the content goes. So if you're wondering about the content, it's pretty much on par with the rest of it. But as far as my enjoyment goes, yeah, I got a lot out of it. Like if I did a book trailer for it, I would have to just reuse a bunch of the same pictures, which is fine. I don't mind doing that, but I'm just not sure if it's something that people want. There are a few people that watch my Ashes of Man review and we're looking forward to it. But obviously, as the series progresses, I think there's less and less people that are as invested. So if you haven't read book 1, you're probably not going to watch a review for book 6, at least not right now. But like I said, it's more of the same. So I'm just not sure if I want to do a dedicated review for that or not, or just kind of keep going because it was very good. It's just a lot more of the same. So it's hard to do spoiler-free reviews for book 6 in a series without just sort of repeating myself. So again, not sure that I'm going to do it. If it's something you guys want, let me know down in the comment section below, and I may record one. Really, really enjoyed Ashes of Man. It's another 10 out of 10 for me. And then the third book of the month that I read that I just finished a few days ago was Ordinary Grace by William Kent Kruger. And man, this book is a 10 out of 10. It's an 11 out of 10. It's one of those books. This is a contender for book of the year for me. I'm going to have a dedicated review for this book. And I think I may save a lot of my thoughts for that. Man, this book will wreck you. It is so good. Also, if I don't do a dedicated review for it this coming Wednesday, it's because I do have a group discussion coming up with a brother of mine, and I'll get into that in a minute. So I may wait until that goes live so we can kind of get our thoughts out there. But yeah, Ordinary Grace, fantastic book. If you liked Stand By Me, if you like the sort of coming of age, if you like Boy's Life and you're looking for something that is reminiscent of Boy's Life, yeah, that you're going to love this. So I definitely highly recommend this book. And then at the time of recording this, I am about a quarter, if not a third of the way through Weird Space 2, Dawn of the Warriors. And that's sort of all I have for this month. Again, it was a very ambitious month for me. I think I had had a hopeful TBR of like 7 books, and I got through 3.5. So, that seems to be the way that I play this game, apparently. So I don't know that I'll finish Weird Space 2 by the end of the month. I think I could. I just don't know that I want to rush through it, but I sat down with it for just like an hour yesterday, and I flew through quite a bit of it. It's just so good. So yeah, what did I read this month? I read 3.5 books. Not stellar, but Disquiet Gods is one of those real thick boys, so maybe I can finish up this 4th book. But either way, this is going to lead me into what am I going to read. So I'm going to start off with finishing up Weird Space 2. Again, I may be able to finish that up before next month, but after that, I'm prioritizing Shadows Upon Time. Yeah, I want to be finished with the series. I want to wrap this up, and Shadows Upon Time is another like super thick book. So my plan is to listen to it and read it, not just so I can get through it, but because I actually want to read it. I'm really looking forward to jumping into it. And I'm honestly kind of looking forward to wrapping up the series to see what happens. Then, for those of you who saw my group discussion, I had some brothers of mine pitch a book to me, and I picked one. I picked Zeke's book, which was Inkheart by Cornelia Funke. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I've heard it a few different ways. But anyway, Inkheart, which this is I think it's YA or middle grade, but yeah, looking forward to it. It sounded whimsical. It sounded like something that was sort of a light read, something I could get through kind of quickly as well. And so I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that's this kind of quick paced, real punchy, and straight to the point, something I can pick up, read, have a good time with. And also I was looking for something that maybe I could also pass along to my son. So Inkheart will be my second priority for the month. And then I've got 2 more. And for those of you that saw my video where I did, went to the bookstore and I'll let you guys vote, and I was going to do 2 books off of the top 2 books that you guys voted for, I was going to read in the month of December. And it was kind of a blowout. It was wasn't really close. So the first book is going to be Aeronauts Windlass by Jim Butcher. So this is book 1 in the Cinderspire series. Man, a ton of you wanted me to read this. So it was not even close. This was number 1 by like 15 votes or something. It was crazy. I think a large part of it is a lot of you guys are as interested as I am in it, but you're not really sure if you want to get started yet. And so I think there were several of you that were like, I haven't read this yet, so I want to see what you think about it first, which is fine. I'll be the guinea pig. So the first one's going to be Aeronauts Windlass by Jim Butcher. I am looking forward to that. I did not realize how thick that's going to be. So yeah, we'll see how this month goes. We have 2 huge books just to start the month off. And then, of course, I've got Inkheart. But then the second book that you guys chose was Combat Codes by Alexander Darwin. So again, this was not a close second, but the gap between second and third was about as steep as the gap between first and second. Yeah, a lot of you guys want to see my opinions on Combat Codes. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's not very long. It's, I think it's like 300 pages. They've said that it's like Red Rising meets Gladiator. So yeah, I'm on board. I know Alexander Darwin is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, at least I believe he is. And so they said that his fight scenes are like top notch. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what this book has in store for me. I've had it for a while and it's just been sitting there staring at me. So since I'm wrapping up one series with Shadows Upon Time, might as well start 2 new series with Cinderspires and Combat Codes. And then as far as like, what else am I going to read? I'm going to leave the rest of December open and just sort of reach for things as I see them. I think this will probably take up the vast majority of my month. I don't expect to read more than this. I genuinely don't. I do not expect to even get these finished, just because the month of December is very busy. So unless I can just really buckle down and just plow through some of these, I think Aeronaut's Windlass is as thick and similar in page count to Shadows Upon Time. So those are two very large books, and I normally only do one big book a month. So, we'll just kind of see. We'll play it by ear, but maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll fly through them and I'll have some free time near the end of the month. And I think I'm just going to reach for a couple of things that have been sitting on my shelf that are on my priority list to try to wrap up for the end of the year, but I'm not in a rush. And that's my biggest takeaway for the month of December, which is I'm not in a rush to finish a bunch of stuff. I just want to take my time and enjoy these books, particularly Sun Eater, because it's wrapping up for me, the past 6 months, if not longer. Really looking forward to seeing what that has in store, and then also looking forward to jumping in or being launched into a couple of new series. But I don't want to put, unnecessary pressure on myself to get this stuff done, because they're just books. So I want to read them and enjoy them and spend some time with them. But those are the 4 books that I plan to get to for the month of December. So this leads me into what is coming up on the channel. One video that I didn't get to this month, which is another competition video with my bride. Part of that was intentional, because I knew you guys were going to be picking 2 books for me. So if I lost to her again, I did not want to add another book to my list, because then it's going to make me actively not want to get to my books. Not because of her, but just because if I see that my TBR looks like work, it's going to suck some of the fun out of it for me. So I was like, you know what, we'll just wait till the next month. That way, if I lose this new game, then I won't be as pressured to pick up whatever book it is that she chooses for me. So that'll be coming up. And then I think I'm going to do a reading vlog of Shadows Upon Time. I haven't done a reading vlog in a while. And so I think I would like to collect my thoughts for the end of Sun Eater, and just Sun Eater as a whole, and sort of capture some of it live, capture some of my thoughts and feelings live. So that way I'm not a guy that will put annotations or tabs in my books. I don't usually do that, but there are times when I get to big moments and I'm like, whoa, hold on, I need to chew on that for a little bit. But then I forget about it because the book is so thick. And that happened with me in Disquiet Gods and a few others. It happens with me with every book, and you'll probably see that. I do want to sort of get my live reaction to some of these things. And then, like I said, I don't know that I'm going to do a Disquiet Gods review. You guys let me know. I'm sort of on the fence about it. It's a hard maybe, and I'm leaning to probably not, unless you guys just want it, because I'm just going to be repeating myself. But if you guys want it, I'm happy to do that. And then on December, I believe it's the 17th, I'll be on Josh's channel at Already Overbooked. Most of you guys know my brother Josh, good friend, good brother to the channel. So he's going to be hosting us, because we did Ordinary Grace as a buddy read. And so we're going to get together and just chit chat and discuss our reactions, and I'll just maybe put it that way. That'll be an interesting one. I think it'll be live streamed, so you guys will be able to chime in as much as you want. Make sure you jump on over and come and hang out with us, because that'll be fun. And then, of course, I'll do my weekly book reviews throughout the month. So I have several on the schedule that I would like to get to before the end of the year. But otherwise, I mean, it's sort of, when you're looking at the weeks, it's sort of a shorter month, as far as like, I'll have sort of a fun video on Sundays, and then I'll have my book reviews on Wednesdays. Otherwise, I don't have a ton planned, and I've got some things that are kind of in the works that I haven't just full on committed to yet. Should be a good month of videos where I'm kind of wrapping up my 1 year on YouTube. Just kind of looking forward to sharing some thoughts and opinions and ideas and my experience of what it's been like on here. So that should be a lot of fun. Okay, so this leads me into my book haul. So I'm going to start with some books that I picked up on ebook, because I tend to forget about these. I don't know why. They count, right? So I picked these up, and then I just end up forgetting about them. So I'm going to start with Shadows Upon Time from Christopher Rocchio. And then I picked up Under the Bed by A.M. Wiley, and this is like a collection of short stories, I believe.
Nope.
those teenage horror type stories. So I picked that up. And then I picked up an indie author. Her name is Erica Everin, and she was running a deal, I believe it was last week, where you could get any of her books, which she's written 3 for 99 cents. So I picked up Trials of Honor, Mission of the Roark, I guess that's how you pronounce it, and Echoes of Destiny, all by Erica Everin. And the Trials of Honor definitely gives off some Rebecca Ferguson Dune type feel to it. So they looked really cool. They're sci-fi stories. I looked at the synopsis. They sound really cool, really interesting. And for 99 cents Canadian, by the way, so it only cost me like $2.45 or something like that for 3 books. Yeah, I'll jump on that all day. So looking forward to those. But then also a couple books that I forgot to mention the past couple of months is Athon Books, who are the publishers for Academy of Outcasts. They actually sent me an arc of Ironbound by Andrew Givler. I haven't gotten to it yet. There's no requirement from them. They enjoyed my review on Instagram, so they sent me a free copy of Ironbound. That one looks awesome. I've heard nothing but good things, so I do look forward to getting into that probably early next year, because that cover is awesome. And then the last one that I picked up, which I picked up on release day months ago and just keep forgetting to mention it, is Mercy, Tears of the Fallen by my friend and brother Chance Dillon. Yeah, this looks awesome. I've heard it is kind of Dark Souls, Elden Ring-esque, with like a touch of Malazan. They said it's like, get ready to just be thrust into this world, and you're going to have to kind of figure some of this stuff out as you go along. But this is a brutal, sort of grim, dark fantasy, which I'm really, really looking forward to. As weird as that sounds, I know grim, dark, and sort of the more bleak type stories don't usually appeal to me, but first and foremost, I want to support my friend Chance Dillon. But on top of that, it sounds excellent. And book 2 is coming out pretty early next year. So yeah, would like to get to those as well. So yeah, those are really cool. So now let's talk about the physical books that I picked up. So most of these I actually picked up the day after I recorded last month's monthly wrap up. So really some of these are October pickups, but it doesn't matter. The first one you guys saw already is the first half of the Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe. So yeah, I picked this one up when I did my book cover video. I picked this one up predominantly because of my brother Sam. I am looking forward to getting into this. I don't know when. I fully expect to probably sometime next year. When I'm looking for sort of that contemplative read, I think this is where I'm going to go. And then I picked up book 2 of The Terminal List, which is True Believer by Jack Carr. I picked this up at a secondhand bookshop for like $4. I think less than that. So yeah, and it's pretty much brand new. So yeah, I picked that one up because I do plan to continue the Terminal List series. I did enjoy it. And then at the same bookstore, I picked up book 2 in the Cinder Spires. This is a hardcover, and I picked this one up for I think $4, and it's brand new. Doesn't even have like the little seconds mark or anything on it. So yeah, that was really cool. So of course I saw it. I had to grab it. Real quick, got to jump in here. There were 2 others that I forgot about that I'll be posting shorts of. The first one is Strength of the Few. I ordered this from Broken Binding. And it's not special edition. There's no fancy interior cover art or anything, but it is signed. So my copy of The Will of the Many is signed. I got it from the Broken Binding, and I ordered this because it was the same price if I were to just order a standard hardcover. So yeah, and I think I got free shipping on it at the time. So that was great. That's like, saved me like $20. So yeah, if I can pay the same price for a hardcover and get it signed, why wouldn't I? And then the last package that I had been waiting on from the Broken Binding, it's probably going to be my last one until they announce Sun Eater. The last 2 books of Sun Eater, which is The Blackfire Blade by James Logan. This is book 2, and book 1 is The Silver Blood Promise. And so I got this really cool edition. We'll post a short about all the cool interior cover art and all that stuff. But it is signed, and up here at the top, it is numbered. And it is a matching set with book 1. So I think I may jump into this in January or February. Not quite sure yet, but I think it will be pretty soon because I did enjoy book 1 quite a bit. But then the last one, which in my opinion is the coolest, was one that I was not anticipating. If you guys remember, a few months back, I have mentioned that I had reached out a few years ago to some of my favorite authors and just told them how much I appreciated their work. It was not me fishing for anything. I was just expressing, hey, I really love your books, those kind of things. And it was because of a video that Johan over at Library of a Viking had put out. And so I just wanted to reach out and let them know how much I appreciated it, because of course they hear that from some of these conventions that they go to, but I think it's actually far more rare for them to hear from their audience, like directly. So I just reached out to a few of them, and one of them was Naomi Novik. Well, I get an email from Naomi's assistant back in February that just asked me if, which she sent me some really cool stuff. She was like one of the most gracious. I just told her how much I enjoyed her work, and we've talked back and forth several times, and she sent me like her entire Dragon series, a bunch of autograph stuff, some sealed stuff, some cool swag. It was crazy. She just sent me this big care package of stuff, and it was just so cool. Well, her assistant emailed me back in February and asked, is this still a good address for you? And I said that it was, and forgot about it. I never heard anything out of her. I didn't really expect anything. I guess I did for a couple of days, and then, life happens and you just forget. And then a couple of weeks ago, I get a package from a publishing company, which I thought was kind of weird because I wasn't expecting anything. And I can tell that it's a book, and I open it up, and it is The Summer War, which is a little novella by her. And I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, I don't think that I ordered this. At least I don't remember ordering this. And it was brand new. So this is just released, I think, within the last month or so. And I open it up, and it's signed. And I was just like, that is the coolest thing. And not only was it signed, but she sent a very gracious note with it. This is probably the coolest thing that I've gotten so far. One of them, at least from authors, because I don't know that I've really received much from authors since posting videos. I think this may be the first thing, but it was just so cool because I wasn't expecting it. And she's just like, hey, I just appreciated our conversation, appreciate all of your kind words, those kind of things. And so I'd like to send you something. It was very refreshing to my spirit. I had been wrestling with some things that week, and opened this up, and it was just much needed and much appreciated. So, yeah, you guys make sure you go support Naomi Novik. I'm probably going to be reading this within the next few days, because first of all, that is just so gracious and so cool. Second of all, like, this will never leave my home just because of how cool it is and how appreciative I am of her. That was awesome. It was stellar. I don't really know what else to say. I was just sort of taken aback that one of my beloved authors would think to send me something. Was just so cool. Okay, so this leads me into my giveaway for the month. Now, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, how do I wrap the year up? What's something that I need to give away? I want to make this giveaway a little more special. What would just sort of be that cherry on top? And for me, I've just decided to go with a series that probably everybody has, but for anybody that doesn't, I want to make sure that somebody can get a copy of The Lord of the Rings, including The Hobbit. So yeah, actually, these are secondhand. I found these at a secondhand bookstore for $1 a piece, which is a crazy deal. So you have Fellowship of the Ring. It's these. I really love this cover art, by the way. So you have Fellowship. You have Two Towers, which has, a couple blemishes in it. The words are the same. And then we have Return of the King, which I really like that cover. And then you have The Hobbit. And so for anybody that's interested in winning these, I'm only going to ask you to do two things. Number one, be subscribed to the channel, because I do these giveaways as a thank you for those of you who have been so supportive and encouraging this past year on YouTube. And so this is just my way of maybe saying thank you. And like, it's a very small way that I can show my gratitude to you guys. So the first thing is I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, because we do sometimes have people just flood in and say, hey, I see that he's giving away something for free. So number one, be subscribed to the channel. And then the second is I'm going to change it up a little bit this month. And I'm going to say, leave down in the comment section below one of your favorite memories from any of my videos that you've seen this year. This is not to pat me on the back. I just want to see, because I've heard some vastly different answers to this. But maybe maybe there's a certain video that you like the most. Maybe there was a certain conversation that I had with people that you really enjoyed. Maybe there was a time where I tripped over my books and fell on the floor and left it in the video or whatever. But just leave me a comment down in the comment section below of one of the more memorable moments on this channel from the year. And yeah, you'll be entered to win. There's no right or wrong answer, by the way, but you'll be entered to win. And I'm going to do the drawing for these 1 week from today. And I'll put the date somewhere right here because I want to get these to you before Christmas. This would be a great little early Christmas present to one of you guys. So yeah, so 1 week from today, I'll be doing the drawing. So just be subscribed to the channel. Leave me a comment down below. And let me know what one of your favorite moments of the year has been so far. Yeah, and you'll be entered to win. And so this brings me to my YouTube spotlight. So I want to spotlight 2 channels this month. One is a BookTube channel and the other is sort of BookTube adjacent. So let's start with the BookTube adjacent channel, and that is going to be Fantasy Meditations. So this is another one of those great channels where you can get some ambient music, whether you're reading, one of your favorite fantasy books. One of my favorite videos is one that I used when I was reading Lost Boy by Christina Henry, and it's sort of that Neverland, sort of that dark Neverland type music. Really, really enjoyed it. So well done. But they have a vast catalog of different kinds of ambient music that you can use to listen to, whether it be while you're reading, while you're working, or whatever. I tend to have something going on almost all the time, and they are a great channel that has some really excellent videos for you to check out. And then the second channel, which I can't believe that I haven't mentioned them before, is going to be my friend Britton over at Some Okie Dude. So Britton got me on his channel like really, really early on when I was on YouTube. I'm talking like January. So I think I'd been on YouTube for less than a month, and he sent me a message and was like, hey, would love for you to come onto the channel. And you guys can see my nervous ramblings over there at his channel. But it was just so awesome that he was like, you know what, I want to talk to Josh and see what makes him tick a little bit. So yeah, so Britton has a great channel. He does a lot of really good interviews with a variety of peoples and authors and things. So Britton he's an excellent friend. He's hilarious. So y'all make sure and go check out Britton's channel because it really is great. So guys, that is the month of November wrapped up. Yeah, it's crazy to think we have 1 month left in this year, and it is my favorite time of the year. So I hope you guys are all looking forward to Christmas. So I hope you guys had an excellent reading month, and you have an excellent reading month coming up. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. I do genuinely appreciate each and every one of you. So just thank you guys so much again, and I will see you on the next one.